Oh, do you know what it is like to be sitting here? You're supposed to be doing your new little program, and all of a sudden you get camera shy. That's why I prefer just to be talking to the microphone and not have this camera shit going on. But then you think, boy, I've got nothing funny to say, nothing interesting to say. Everybody's going to hate everything you say. Literally, every word you say. Every single one. Everybody who watches it is going to hate it. They're going to think, well, why did he say that? Why couldn't he said this instead of that? Or this, and now they're wondering why I didn't say that and this in that order. And it's a terrible thing. And then you just hit the button and you go and you panic and you don't. It's a go. It's already happening. This is, well, it's not live. Anyway, you just don't know that, and you have nothing to say, and you sit there and you keep filing your reports hour after hour and day after day, and you realize you don't fucking care about any of the stuff you were going to talk about because you don't care who wins the Senate in Florida, because you know what? It's going to be some asshole anyway. Any of the three candidates that anyone would ever allow to win in that state are going to be a complete disaster, and that's how it's going to go across the country, unfortunately, because people do not believe in independence in America, and it's an incredible thing. It's an incredible thing. You don't believe in it. It dumbfounds me. It shocks me. It shocks me to hear educated people say, well, I'll vote for a third party is a wasted vote, and it shocks me to my core, because these people are so indoctrinated by the crap that has been shoved down our throats for all this time, and it's just amazing. It's like, why? It's like, what have they ever done for you? How have they ever made your life better? Wouldn't somebody who doesn't owe anything to a banker or to some sort of lobby group, perhaps to the teachers union, wouldn't somebody who doesn't owe anything to any of those groups be a much better choice? Guess not. But I do know this. I did confirm that Jesus is on my side. So if that, yeah, I know it's too late. You probably already went and voted because it's 7:30 Central right now. You've probably already voted. You've probably already gone and cast your vote, and now you're just now finding out that Jesus is on their side. And that probably scares you a little bit. But I guess I'd say don't be afraid of it. The heathen vote is very popular. I heard that a hell-worthy, that it's a hell-worthy offense probably to vote against the Lord. The Republicans have been saying that their party is the party of the Lord, but I found out that Jesus actually was against political parties, and it says so right in the Bible. It says he who what is it? He who dwelleth in darkness, and he who believes the lies of the powerful and corrupt shall be doomed to a life of slavery. I think it says that. It's in Nixon, chapter 5, verses 2 through 16 or something like that. Look it up. And since you don't probably have a Bible, since you're not voting with the Rev, not good. What else? Hey, here's a promise. Here's a fucking guarantee for you. I guarantee you I will be as funny as Jon Stewart, which doesn't put any fucking pressure on me at all. I'm not funny, but yeah, you know what I'm going to say. Yeah, Jon Stewart, also not funny. So, what can I say? What else can we talk about here? I've got very little. I don't even know if I care to talk about the races anymore. I thought I'd be all fired up for it. And really, I'm just not, because I'm just going to be, I'm seeing a whole bunch of reds showing up, a few blues mixed in. I'm not seeing much evidence of voter independence. West Virginia, Jesse Johnson, who's one of the independent, non-controlled candidates for Senate, does have 2% of the vote there. So I'm happy to see that. But of course, the East Coast, all in all, is pretty conventional, pretty much a controlled area. No free thinkers out there. All of them are very much controlled by, the whole Kennedy military-industrial complex, whatever you want to call that. All of them definitely spies for the CIA or something. But do you really care? I don't think anybody really cares. I think everybody's kind of sick of this shit. In all probability. I mean, here's the thing: to be launching a brand new little broadcast, let's call it, not over FCC regulated airwaves, because the FCC is anti-Jesus Christ. The FCC is the biggest fascist organization in the country and should be stopped by force if necessary. But I can say that because I'm on non-FCC regulated waves. They can't find me. So what else? Oh boy, I hear a big fight. I should be upstairs right now, probably helping raise the child. But here I am in the cold, dark basement, making sure that you, America, that you are entertained or at least only mildly bored. And that's my job tonight, is to make sure that you're only mildly bored. I don't know what else anyone's got going on, because I do think that nobody really cares about the election results. We all know how it's going to go, right? I wish there was more enthusiasm for it. I'll feel more enthusiasm maybe when the Minnesota races start coming up, because Minnesotans do tend to have an independent streak. Maybe something interesting will happen here. Of course, I'm a big fan of the Resource Party, Linda Eno and Howard Hanson. Also in the David Hulk in the Attorney General race. I think very smart people, very independent. They want to help break us free from the clutches of the the mind control that we all suffer from. And here's the thing, is that this mind control stems not only from the political candidates. It's in your church, it's in your school, it's everywhere. It's the public and civic leaders who want a simple, everybody to be cookie cutter, everybody to be the same, everybody to have the same ability, and it's just not reality. But it's becoming reality fast. Pretty soon it'll just be that you elect your Democrats to control your school and your Republicans to control your finance and heaven knows what else, your morality or something. And instead of elections, they just get appointed to those posts. And the Mother Church has definitely helped to keep you down over the years. And there's a great deal of you, a great many of you. Your name is Legion, for you are many, who will call me a blasphemer for saying that the church is tied in and locked in and lockstep with all of this control. But the fact of the matter is, the church is in the church's best interest to keep you complacent as well, because then you never question, when it's time for that offering plate to come around, you never question. You just say, this is my duty. And when you get too tied up in what your duty is, instead of what makes you feel good and what makes you happy, and truly looking at what God or any other higher power might want you to do, that's when you know that you're being mind controlled. And the church is the first place to keep you complacent, because they keep saying that that this is the greatest country in the world and that we're so free. And the fact of the matter is, are you? I can probably name off a dozen freedoms that have been curtailed or lost in the last 10 to 15 years, under Bill Clinton as well as under George Bush. Many under George Bush, of course, but looking back to Clinton and what he did to us, it was more of the same. And the church leaders are always ready to suck at the tit of the politicians of the state. So it's in their best interest to maintain a sense of complacency. And, you know, unfortunately, even your church leaders are in it, number one, for their own self-interest. Not all of them. There are good people, of course, in these religions. You know, is a lot of good in it too, but so much wickedness and so much motivation to keep you quiet. Think about it for a little bit. You don't want to. You don't want to think about these things because it's easier not to, and I don't blame you. And that's why I'm here, is because I'm going to talk about these things. You can change the channel, you can choose not to watch us, but I'm going to talk about them. And damn it, if I'm the only one talking about them, that's fine. That's fine, because I'm going to think about these things. I want you to have choice, and I want you to have freedom. Even if you don't want it, I think if you experience true freedom, you would desire it, you would do everything, you would fight to keep it. But you haven't. And it's now my job to tell you and to point out the places where you have lost your freedom or where you willingly give up your freedom. In the workplace, in the church, at the polling booth, you give up your freedom every damn time. You're fooled. You're fooled every time, and you fall for it because it's easy. And why do you want it to be so easy? Why is it more important that life be easy for you than that you have freedom? Because how easy is it going to be for your children when they're slaves to the state? Huh? How easy is it going to be? But maybe you won't care because maybe you'll be long gone by then. You know? It's easier for you just to sit back and not question. And that's fine. Go ahead and do it. But I'm going to be sitting here and I'm going to be questioning this shit. Because it's not going to keep going on unnoticed. And you change the channel if you want to. Turn me off. Hit that button. Get rid of me. Leave me a snarky comment. That's great. Do it. But you know what? I'll be sitting here trying to help you become free. And I know a lot of people who would do anything to help you be free. And what kind of commitment is that? It's wonderful. So anyway, in a little bit heavier news areas now. I'm just kidding. Thanks.